A friend of Mark Twain, Charles Dudley Warner, once said, "There is no moment of delight in any pilgrimage like the beginning of it." But what exactly is the beginning of a trip? Is it when you board your plane, or is it when you reach your destination? Well, the beginning of our trip today starts with packing our suitcases. A recent study done by Sunshine Travel Agency said that men tend to not pack enough, and women usually only use about 62% of what they put in their suitcases. So with that being said, I think a lot of you in this room could benefit from the tips I'm about to share. Today, I'm going to show you all how to pack a 20-inch carry-on for a week-long trip. So first of all, let's gain some perspective on how big exactly a 20-inch carry-on is. So I'm about 5'4", so I would typically use a 27-inch suitcase according to Luggage Pros. And most of the guys in here would be using the biggest suitcase pictured. But as you can see, the one that I'm talking about today is the tiniest one on that picture. And it is considered the international carry-on size because most airplanes will allow you to carry on a 20-inch suitcase and put it above you in the compartment on the airplane. So we don't have a lot of space to work with. Now you know how big it is, what brand do you think we should use? According to the Savvy Backpacker, Patagonia makes a suitcase carry-on that doubles as a book bag and also as a shoulder bag. So it has a lot of compartments and zipper pockets that you can pack all of your things in, but at the same time, when you're walking around the airport, you can wear it as a backpack. It's easier to carry. And additionally, once you get to the country of your choice, you can wear it as a shoulder bag, and you fit in a little better with the natives instead of carrying around a giant suitcase. So now that you have your carry-on, where exactly should you go? For this to work best, you should probably pick a warmer climate country, because the clothes that you would be packing would be thinner, lighter, smaller, and they'd fit in your suitcase better. In addition, I would suggest that you pick a country that's well developed, because then once you get there, you can find a convenience store that you can buy the toiletries that you didn't fit in your suitcase. For example, like toothbrush, toothpaste, you can find that anywhere in Europe, basically. So places to avoid. You should avoid anywhere that's cold, like Greenland, because the colder the climate, the more clothes you have to pack, the more layers, the bigger the coats, and one big coat will fill up your entire suitcase. So try to avoid colder climates if you're trying to pack a 20-inch carry-on. In addition, third world countries might not work as well because you're going to have to pack everything that you need, because you're probably not going to be able to find a drugstore or convenience store where you can buy your toothbrush and buy other little necessities that you didn't pack. So what exactly should you pack? According to Deborah Jacobs from Forbes magazine, you should be willing to live with less. For example, when you pack your undergarments, don't pack 10 pairs of underwear, 30 bras, 30 socks. Pack just a couple of each and then wash your clothes while you're on vacation or while you're at the country of your choice. In addition, pack clothes that you can layer and mix and match. For girls, pack like 2 different color tank tops and 2 different color shirts. So you can have about 5 or 6 different outfit options just by mixing and matching. In addition, pack a pair of comfortable shoes for walking around your destination, and if you're going to a warmer climate, pack a pair of flip-flops. And also minimal toiletries, like I said before. Just pack things that are specific to you, such as makeup or medicine that you wouldn't be able to find at a local drugstore. And things that you shouldn't pack: heavy clothing or coats. Like I said before, a coat will fill up your entire suitcase. And also, avoid packing your basic toiletries that you can find at a store once you get to your location. And girls, try not to pack a huge hairdryer, straightener, curling iron, other big mechanics that will take up a ton of space. So here are some packing tips from the Forbes article that I mentioned earlier. It suggests that you should leave a third of the room in your suitcase for souvenirs on your way back, because most people bring more things back once they go on their trip. So leave room for souvenirs. In addition, don't pack heavy maps and other big traveling paraphernalia like which restaurants to go to. Instead, rely on apps on your phone that can show that for you. You don't have to pack anything and it's all in your phone. In addition, there's a tip that you should lay out everything that you want to pack and remove the what-ifs. If you have to think of a scenario where you would need to wear that item or use that thing, don't bring it, because it's most likely not going to happen. Also, don't fold your clothes and stack them in your suitcase. Instead, roll them or put them in a vacuum pack because it will take up a lot less space. And this is a cool tip I saw from Do-It-Yourself Packing. Instead of packing your giant makeup bottles and lotions, put them in a contact case Because you're only there for a week, you're not going to need that much, and it takes up a lot less space than if you brought all the bottles. And also wear your largest clothing items and your biggest shoes when you're leaving for that trip, instead of trying to pack it in your suitcase. So in summary, although a 20-inch carry-on may not seem like a lot of space, with the tips and advice that I gave you today, any of you in this room could pack that suitcase and go on a successful trip for a week.